Hey, what's up guys, it's Matt Diamond, and I'm a vlogger, right? Man, let me just say, I did my first vlogs in like 2013 in Kansas City, Kansas, and it was on the Spike Tea thing. Anybody that follows me on Facebook, social media, has heard about the Spike Tea, or if you were following my website when I was running it, there was a Spike Tea thing, and it was all about talking about not trendy things, not simple things, not easy things. I just wanted to talk about like hard to deal with topics, things that I deal with, things that you deal with, things your mother, your father, your family, your community deals with, yeah? And it didn't really pick up, like, you know, we're in a different era now. Like, vlogging is trendy now. If you tell someone you're a YouTuber, they're like, oh, you're a YouTuber, you know, awesome, man. But 10 years ago, it was like, it wasn't a new concept, but it wasn't a trendy concept, you know. So I'm definitely a vlogger now, right? I'm a writer, and I'm making these videos. And in this vlog culture, like travel vlog, it's so trendy, right? And here I am. I'm in Nairobi. I'm in Karura Forest. It's this amazing place, and I did some separate footage so you can just enjoy the forest and walking around, seeing the trails. But for me, my intention isn't just to show you where I went. Look at where I went. Look at where you can go. There's nothing wrong with that. That's good. That's cool. But I want to go deeper. You know, I want to go so much deeper. And for me, I've always said, like, Kenya is known for safari. Yeah? Sindio, yes, no? Yes. It's known for safari. It's known for giraffes and elephants and monkeys and the elephant orphanage and you know, all these different animals. Like, and I talk about this like in a lot of my blogging, where like there's more to Africa than just the animals and the beautiful forest. Like, there's modern things happening, and the people here are modern. Like, everybody doesn't live in the village, you know. So I say that to say, when I first started coming here into Kenya, I had zero intention to come here for safaris. Safari, yes, safari is a trip. Safari is when you go out and you do all this stuff. Yeah, I had to confirm. On my Swahili, there's safari and there's safari. Safari is if I go from here to my friend's house. It's a small little journey. A safari is you go out on the trips and the things, seeing the wildlife and the animals and all that good stuff, right? You saw my beach safari at Kikambala. That was a very unique safari. Nobody usually goes to a shitty beach. Yeah, no offense, Kikambala, but it, you know, it's what I mean. Shitty beach. It's not a beach for swimming. It's not a beach for sunbathing, and I found that out after I got there. So for me, anybody that's really following me knows that I came here, you know, to eat, to get this thing. I came here because I had this serious stomach condition, you know. And I had friends in Ghana and South Africa and Uganda, Zambia, Nigeria, Ethiopia, Kenya. And Kenyans are super friendly. But all of these Africans all around, when I was telling them about my condition with my stomach, they're saying that the treatments I was undergoing were so crazy, and it seemed unnecessary, and I didn't have to live that way, you know. And if I wanted to try to fix it, I should just come over to the continent and eat the real food. And there's a video for that, learning life again in Kenya and Uganda, but I'm giving you a different version now. So I came here for the food. I didn't come here to see giraffes. You know, you haven't seen me make a video out on a wild safari in a 4x4, you know. I came here, number one, for health, right? And I've been a traveler since I was young, you know, not because my family took me on trips. They didn't. I went on school trips, right? But I bought my first car for $200 when I was 16 years old. And anybody in America knows $200, that's about 22,000 Kenyan shilling. You get a piece of shit car for that amount of money. You're not getting it. You're getting a bucket, a hoopty, you know, a rough, ragged car. Something's wrong with it. So I spent all summer working on that car, the whole summer. My friends would come. They wanted me to come with them and go party and drink and do this stuff, because us Americans, we start young, you know. And I'm like, no, I'm working on my car, man. I'm working on my car. And what it was is I was in this little town, and I was really expressive and artistic, and I knew that I wanted to travel. I just wanted to go somewhere. you know? So as soon as I got that car running good, I drove to school for some months, and I had my first spring break, which is when do they do spring break in America? Like March. In March. So March of my junior year of high school, I was 17. I took my first trip traveling. And now I'm just going to talk to you about, why do I travel? Why is this not just a traveler's vlog of destinations? Why am I showing you guys my plate of food? You know, why am I talking about stuff other than what everybody else talks about? There's this guy that found me on Instagram. He lives in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Another white dude, another Mzungu. Way more tattoos than me. Real street type guy, but he's like 16 years older than me. He's in his 50s. He had been following me, and I was wondering at first, like, who's this white dude from Minneapolis following me? Like, since when do white people from America just find me and like all my posts on Instagram? So I was like, that's kind of weird, you know? But one day, something caught my attention with one of his reactions. So I checked out his IG. I was like, oh, this guy's in Nairobi, Kenya. I was like, that's crazy. So I had to reach out. I had to, you know? So I reached out. And we met up to do a filming. We were supposed to interview. And right after the arrival, the whole thing changed its purpose. And it wasn't me, it was him. I don't know what he had on his mind, and I don't think I ever will truly, because the transparency was lacking. But something that came out of that conversation is what's making me talk about this today. I don't travel to impress nobody. I don't wear this to impress nobody. I don't get tattoos to impress nobody. I don't grow my hair to impress nobody. You know, my hair is my journey and my experience that I've been going through. It's like, in a Rastafarian way, it's like your crown that adorns your head. You know, that's what my hair means to me. I don't wear my hair to be Tom Cruise from the movies, like, or to be impressive. Otherwise, it would be down and straightened, and I'd be in salons all the time making it pretty. You know, the tattoos are my journey. You know, I have a map right here. I don't know if we can see this. This is a map of my hometown highway number 6, with cornfields, which in Kenya we call maize, just like the Native Americans, because I think they were Africans. That's another conversation for another vlog. And there's a highway, Interstate 35. I think it even goes to Minnesota, matter of fact, and it goes all the way to San Antonio, Texas. And then right here is Kansas City. This is my story. For 10 years I was driving this highway to see my son. You know, I have a tree here with a bird in a cage. You see that? That bird inside the cage has his wings tied. He can't fly. The bird cage is open, and the birds are flying free. This is me leaving my hometown. So my point is this: I don't get tattoos to impress nobody. It's an illustration of my experience and my journey. And I love art. I love art so much. I like decorating my skin. I don't feel any convictions about it. I don't feel like a bad boy or a tough guy when I get tattoos. I don't go out of my way to show off my tattoos. Even as we're filming, we didn't really start filming until we got away from people, because I'm not doing this to impress people that are walking by or to get attention. So for the traveling people, you know, for the traveling vloggers, for me personally, what I get from travel is when I walk in this forest, and these trees are huge. Can we see the trees? These trees are just massive and beautiful, you know? And to me, there's a huge spiritual dynamic that ties into walking amongst these trees. Because as people, and especially with this social media culture, like, we develop so much pride and ego. And when you walk by this tree, like, who are you to this tree? This tree can't send text messages. You know, this tree doesn't have 10 wives. You know, this tree doesn't have money. But this tree was here before you came, and this tree's gonna be here after you go. You know? So to me, like, when I'm traveling, it's always reminding me of, like, how small I am. You know? And if this tree breaks a branch, it's not gonna beat itself up over it the other day. It's gonna grow a new branch. It's gonna keep sucking water, keep sucking Maji through the soil, through the roots, you know? So I don't know why people travel. I can't say exactly why people travel. I know that people are looking for new experiences. They want to see new things. But what I hope people get from traveling is a proud humility, proud of the journey you've made, proud of your lack of fearlessness to make that journey. A lot of people don't go places because they fear what can go wrong. Or here's a great example. The small town I'm in, you can be popular in a small town. You can be popular in Kansas City. You can be popular in LA. And then as soon as you move to New York, as soon as you move to another place, as soon as you come to Kenya, who knows you? It's a shot to the ego, you know? So I think that's why a lot of people fear to travel. So I hope that people can get something deeper from the content that I put out and the journeys that I'm taking, because I'm really just taking you along the way. I'm not gonna be posting just to throw it in your face and make you feel bad for not traveling, you know. I'm doing it for a deeper reason, and I hope you can find your deeper reasons and create your opportunities. Here's another thing I love about traveling is the more I go around, I realize that everything is the same, it's just a little bit different. So there's a waterfall in the distance, if you can hear it, I'm sure you can. I've seen this in America. There's a quiet creek running all alongside us that waterfall is feeding. I've seen creeks all over America. I've seen trees and woods in America. It's this, we get this idea that like what is around us, that's what that is, and everything else is so much different. I think the more you go from point A to point B and then to point C, D, E, F, you realize how the world is so much the same. And then of course we're lucky in this digital era, like we can connect with people in those other places so easily. And if we have open conversations about what our life is like, what our life is not like, we can realize how much we're the same but different. And that's the one thing that I've noticed about being in Kenya ever since coming in 2018 when I first started coming, is that everything is seriously the same. It's just different. People just approach things differently. They say things differently. Things look a little bit different, but at the end of the day, it's all the same. So like, the world's really an amazing place. This is nice. You can go across that. Wow. Yeah, another one. An old one with a 2-year-old Corona man. Oh, look at this. Is this natural? Or did someone put this together? You think it fell in there naturally? That's really, that's incredible. It's like a natural fence, like a complete natural fence of trees. So in conclusion, like, you know, just like a good essay, there's an intro and there's a conclusion. The way I want to conclude my entire point is, no matter where you go in life, don't do it to impress people. Don't move somewhere because people tell you to move there. People kept telling me that I was so ambitious in photography that I had to go to LA. I would do so good in LA, yada yada yada. But I knew enough about LA to know that it wasn't right for me, you know? Whenever I decided to start coming to Kenya all the time, some people praised it, some people loved it, they had so many questions, and some people judged the hell out of me. But the one thing that the commentary didn't do is it didn't change my mind, you know? when people supported me, when they commended my decision to make a big decision, obviously encouragement is great. That's what we should give each other, I believe, as long as someone is making the best decision for them. But as far as what people say bad about my decision making or your decision making, don't ever let that dictate who you're going to be, where you're going to be, what you're going to be doing. Don't ever live to impress people. Social media, it even gets to me sometimes. I can go online and I see something that I say, damn, I wish I was in that position. But I know enough in myself that for me to get to certain positions that I want to be, I have to continue my hustle. I have to continue my work. And most importantly, you have to continue your own path. We're all on the way somewhere in a circle. So it doesn't matter which way you go. You're just going in a circle. You're born, you die, and you have a lived experience in between. So what's most important to me is that you have that experience, that you don't live in fear, fear of failure, fear of judgment, and just do your damn thing, you know? I hope everybody can create the opportunities that they're looking for. The most important thing when you do seek an opportunity is research that opportunity. Learn everything you can about that opportunity. Don't find yourself in a bad situation to where now you're feeling ashamed that you should have listened to the people that were judging you. Be wise in your decisions. Be wise in your travel. Be wise in your dreams. Peace and love, Kenya.